For your memories, my stories, today I've picked a VVS Laxman story. No, not Kolkata, not Durban, not Mohali. It has to be Sydney, right? But not that one where him and Tendulkar batted for so long, or no, not one of those. This was a bright spot in an otherwise extremely forgettable tour, and it came just as one century had merged into another. Early January 2000, India playing at the Sydney Cricket Ground and started the test match badly again. Laxman is an opening batsman, by the way, in those days. And by the time he came out to bat again, Australia had a lead well in excess of 400. It was still sort of early on the third day. Everyone's thinking it's all over. Saurav Ganguly told me that while India spent all that time in the field watching Australia bat, Laxman had slipped, told him, he said, I think I've used up all my chances. In all fairness, I cannot ask for another. His average after 16 test matches was 24. And Laxman's a fair man. And apparently he said, I'd like to see Hyderabad to the Ranji Trophy now. That was the backdrop to him coming out to bat. It was an innings like no other. I know we talk about the 281, maybe this was a trailer. He made 167 out of 260 that India made. And believe me, we were all agape watching it. Not just us Indians, but all the Australians. He was like a traffic cop. He was saying, okay, next ball there, you there, you there. He was just directing the bowling to where he wanted the ball to go. It was extraordinary. And the Australians applauded to man as he walked away. India lost the game on the third days, by the way. So you would have thought this was the coming of VVS Laxman. And as I said, there's stories before and after this. Only got one more test match against South Africa as an opener, and he was dropped again. What did he do in between? Between being dropped from South Africa and coming back into the team for Australia, and of course that series that got the 281, he played 13 first-class matches. He said, I will not open the batting again. Pick me only if you're confident of picking me as a middle-order batsman. He made 1,959 runs with 9 centuries in 13 games and said, right, do you want to pick me again? Got a few runs in Mumbai and then went to Kolkata to make that 281. His batting average after that innings in Sydney was almost 50 for a player who batted a lot at number 6. That was something else. So this was the story of that game in Sydney. The faster the Australian bowlers bowled, the faster he hit them. And I remember about 3 months after that, I was in Singapore in a studio. Ricky Ponting was with us in the studio. He injured himself, Australia playing South Africa, that Hansi Cronje episode. And news came through that VVS Laxman had scored a double century in a first-class game. And just Ponting just shrugged his shoulders and said, maybe he got it in 2 hours. That was the effect that VVS Laxman had in the course of that amazing innings of 167. As I said, maybe the trailer to the 281.